Congressman John Fleming's head's going to explode today.
Well, very similar to my own. Dr. John, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Robert, Aaron. I'm doing pretty good.
No. Well, I walked into the studio this morning, and I said, like, I'm in the studio 30 seconds, 15 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds. And I said to Aaron, I said, we've got to get Dr. John on the phone to talk about the Paul Ryan, the Republican leadership omnibus spending bill over $1 trillion, and and you are one of its major opponents. Is that fair to say?
Oh, absolutely. There's a laundry list of things that are not in it that should be in it, and a laundry list of things that are in it that should not be in it.
Dr. John, let's start with what's in it, and Aaron's got just a few. This is, sure. And these are Republican leaders. Let me underline that word again. Republicans who seem, I've heard, look, Dr. John, you have too. You've seen and heard the word sellout over the last 36 hours, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
What's the worst thing in the bill from your viewpoint?
Well, boy, I tell you, there's a real race for that. First of all, remember when Speaker Boehner was still Speaker back in May, what was passed with Democrat votes now, Democrat majority votes, was breaking the caps on spending. And so what this does is fill in that skeleton of budget, so the spending goes up, the deficit goes up. So I think that's the beginning point where this thing is really it's a no-brainer to vote against it.
And it continues, and it funds Planned Parenthood. All
tax credits for illegal aliens.
You've got the list right
here. Foreign worker visas, release of criminal aliens. We could go on, right?
Yeah, indeed. It does nothing. Remember, we passed a bill. It passed with 400 votes just a week or so ago, Democrats voting for it, that would stop allowing Syrian refugees into the country without proper vetting. That is not in there, believe it or not. Also, CISA is in there. The Senate threw it in. What is CISA? It allows for bulk collection of your information, your emails, your phone calls. And so this bill will allow the government to spy on you, but not spy on the people who are a threat to us. Absolutely ridiculous.
Dr. John, I'm assuming that the way this got as far as it did is because Speaker Ryan and others in the Republican leadership are in league, in cahoots with Democrat leaders to get it this far, right?
Well, here's what Speaker Ryan says. Speaker Ryan says this was 90% cooked. It was almost fully baked by Speaker Boehner before he left. It was the hand he was dealt. He really didn't have many options.
Pardon me, do you buy that?
Well, I will say that there is some truth to that. Now, we could have still gone to the mat on it. We could have just passed a CR through the end of the year and come back in January and fought on this. So I know I don't really, because Paul could have he just kind of threw down his weapons there and decided not to fight on this. And that's what everybody's so angry about. They're angry at their representatives in Washington because they refuse to fight. Look, we have a huge majority of Republicans in the House. We have a majority of Republicans in the Senate. And we continue to pass the same bills that Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid and Barack Obama want passed.
So what happens next? Is there a way to stop this disaster of a funding bill?
No, it's the train has left the station. What will happen today? Actually, we're going to vote on this tomorrow. Today, we're going to vote on the tax extenders bill, which actually is a good bill. But tomorrow, this bill will pass, and everybody will go home for Christmas. I suspect that, like the budget bill, the majority, what really gets this passed, will be Democrats, not Republicans. I think you'll have as many as 100 or more Republicans voting against this.
We have to talk about the crude oil export, lifting of that 40-year ban.
Mm-hmm.
That has a huge impact on Louisiana. Explain why this is included.
Well, the the ban on exporting crude oil was put in place in 1973 under Jimmy Carter's administration. It means that oil can't leave America without it being refined first. Bad idea. This is in it, and it is excellent, and it is good. It really helps Louisiana. And so it really makes it a healthier worldwide marketplace, keeps oil prices lower in general, but it also allows producers in Louisiana to have full access to worldwide markets. And countries over in Europe that are afraid of Russia, they want to buy the oil from us and not Russia. So I think it's huge on a geopolitical basis as well as certainly the economy of Louisiana.
But Dr. John, when you look at some of the things in this bill, in this $1 trillion plus omnibus bill, funds sanctuary cities, funds refugee programs, funds illegal alien resettlement, funds Obama's release of criminal aliens. That's just got to be, like Aaron said, be making your head explode.
Well, and it also allows, it provides for $3 billion to Barack Obama to put into the Global Climate Fund, which is, as you know, is supposed to be, in his words, our greatest threat, not ISIS, but global warming. It goes on and on and on. It's a terrible bill. I mean, they lost me at hello on this thing, and I'll be voting against it. But it will go into law. But what we're going to do, and Paul Ryan is on board with this. This was what we insisted when he was elected. Is beginning in January, we're going to begin the appropriations process for next year, and we're going to start fighting early, and hopefully we'll begin to get Republican priorities in it early, and we get better deals. But this is, again, just another sad ending of the regime of John Boehner, where when he caved on closing government in 2013, it just made it impossible for us to really fight for any of our Republican priorities. And what's also sad about this is we got really nothing in the way of conscious rights when it comes to pro-life provisions. These are things that we've been fighting for. Paul Ryan has been fighting for. We got nothing in that. So we really gained almost nothing. We did get the lifting of the oil ban, but virtually everything else was Democrat priorities.
Well, Dr. John, at least a Merry Christmas for Planned Parenthood and the United Nations, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, beginning next year, we hope that this is going to be a new day, particularly if we get a Republican president, someone like Ted Cruz, beginning in 2017. We can reverse out all of this stuff. It's all very doable. But that we're going to really have to focus on getting the right people in the White House and in the Senate, by the way. So hopefully the American people will really tune into
that was good, by the way.
Thank you so much. I hope when you get home you'll come by the studio and spend some time with us next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. The week after Christmas, I plan to do some connections on media. So, yeah, I'd love to come by.
We would love to have you in. Thank you very much. And
Merry Christmas to you, Congressman.
To you and your family.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to y'all.
Robert J. Wright, Aaron McCarty running just a bit. I'm telling you, that's making your head blow up, too.
Yes,
isn't
it is.